So we're going to be talking about CAD design today. So the software we're going to do our CAD in is called Onshape. It's a sketch-based CAD tool. So CAD also stands for computer-aided design. So let's go ahead and go into Onshape. So when you make a new Onshape project, your screen should look something like this. You should see three planes, one X, one Y, and one Z. So the way it works is it's called sketch-based CAD because any 3D model you make initially comes from a 2D drawing. So I'm gonna go ahead and hide some of the planes. Okay, let's click sketch. Actually, that's probably select the top plane. And when you start a sketch, you can make a bunch of different shapes. So we can do a rectangle. And once you draw the rectangle, let's just say that that's not the size I want. Let's say I want to go 50 millimeters by 50 millimeters and make it a square. You can just type that in and hit enter, and it'll make a square for you. So you can make a square, you can make a circle, and you can tell what the radius should be. So let's go 50 millimeters again, and it's as wide as our square is. So let's say I want to do a hexagon or a pentagon. So with that, I'd click on inscribe polygon. I'd click and draw out how big I want it. Let's just say that that looks good for now. And then the further I drag, the more sides they add, and the further left I go, it gets lesser and lesser. So let's say that I think a pentagon should be good. So let's do that. So now you have a bunch of options for what 3D drawings you can make, or 2D drawings you can make, but how to actually get the 3D. So let's just say that you're done with your sketch. You can just click on the check mark, and let's go back to our isometric view. So we've got 4 different sketches now that we can make 3D. So the easiest way to go ahead and make something 3D is by extruding it. So what extrude does is it takes a 2D drawing and it sort of just pulls it out of the ground like that. So you can see the further up I drag the arrow, the greater the depth gets. So let's just say that I'm going to go 50 millimeters again. So you can do that. Let's show sketch one. I don't know why that hit. So you can, in addition to extruding, you can also do the opposite, in which you have a sketch and you sort of carve in. So let's click sketch and let's click on the top of our cylinder for our sketch plate. I'll go ahead and draw a text box on top that just says the word hello once again. Okay, let's drag it to the center, and if the size is not what you want, you could click on this dimension tool over here. Click on an edge like that, and right now that's 57. Let's go 40 millimeters. And it'll shrink for you, so once we're done with that, we can just click on it and drag it back in. And yeah, that's good enough. So we can hit check, and let's carve it. So once again, we have to click extrude, except this time we'll click on our hello sketch. So right now it says that it's being pulled out. So instead of blind, or sorry, not that. Instead of add, we're gonna go on to remove, and notice how it just goes down into the cylinder now. So if we just say 10 millimeters for this, for the carving depth, and we just hit the check mark, if we take a look at it from an angle, we've carved the word hello into our cylinder. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with sketch-based CAD, and in ways it's easier than just drag and drop 3D models. So let's go ahead and hide everything, and maybe just delete our extrusion. So let's say that I want to make a quick little pencil holders, just for an example. So I'll click on sketch, top plane, and I think I want to let's go. I want a hexagon this time. So click on the center point, drag it out. I'd say like 60 millimeters is good. Well, we gotta go 6 sides first, and then let's see if we can dimension that. Okay, so that's each side is gonna be 23 millimeters. Let's just say 25. Make it a little bit bigger. Why not? So we have that. So the next step we could do is draw another slightly smaller hexagon. So let's do that. And the cool thing now is since there's an area in between each sketch over here, we can just extrude only that area without having to extrude anything else. So if I click on extrude and just click on the outer rim, like that, you can just drag that bit out with leaving the middle inside without having to do a remove extrusion. And yeah, that's Onshape. That's the basics of Onshape.